Hi everyone, it is Kayla Barnes-Lentz. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about something very important that all women should know more about but rarely gets discussed in depth, and that is vaginal microbiome. I recently took a vaginal microbiome test, and I'm going to show you my personal results, why this test matters, what the symptoms are, and how you can optimize this critical part of your health. The vaginal microbiome is a delicate ecosystem of mostly lactobacillus bacteria that protect against infections, regulate inflammation, and support fertility. When balanced, these bacteria keep the pH low, prevent pathogens from taking hold, and help your immune system. When things go off track, it can impact your entire body. Here are some of the most common types of symptoms of vaginal dysbiosis or imbalance: reoccurring BV, yeast infections, UTI, unusual discharge, color, odor, or texture changes, obviously something like itching, burning, irritation, pain during sex, frequent urination, fertility struggles, or in general, just being off. This is crazy, but 50% of women experience a vaginal health issue every single year. Yet we're still not taught how to track or optimize our vaginal microbiome. We're going to talk about vaginal microbiome testing. We talked about the symptoms, and then we'll talk about how you can optimize it. So I recently took a test. The company name is Evie, which uses metagenomic sequencing to analyze what's going on in your vaginal microbiome. And here's what I learned. My protective score was 97%. This means I have a strong dominance of good bacteria like Lactobacillus crispatus. It also gives you a fertility disruptors score, which mine was only 2.7%. This is extremely low, and it's linked to inflammation and bacteria. Then the actual diversity score was 0.7, which is actually ideal in this context. Most of our biomes, we want to have diversity, but in the vaginal microbiome, we actually want to have very low diversity. Of course, all of my STI metrics came back negative. So this is great news for me because, as ChatGPT puts it, I have the gold standard of vaginal microbiomes, but so many women are in the dark about these numbers and experiencing ongoing vaginal health issues. The standard approach to almost any vaginal health issue today is antibiotic. BV, antibiotic. UTI, antibiotics. But here's the issue. These antibiotics, while in some cases can be helpful, they wipe out all the bacteria, not just the bad ones. That also includes protective bacteria like lactobacillus, and it throws your microbiome, both vaginal and gut microbiome, off balance even further. This is a huge issue. The standard of care just simply needs to be helped, and that's why I'm so excited that a test like Evie or vaginal microbiome testing exists. So if you are a woman that is continuously experiencing these issues, then I think testing your vaginal microbiome should be part of your general health testing every single year. It's not only going to be helpful if you're having issues, but it's also protective because every one of our microbiomes is impactful on our health. We have a skin microbiome, a gut microbiome, we have a vaginal microbiome, and so much more. So now that we've discussed what my results are, the company that we can test with, and we talked about some of the symptoms that you may experience if you're having some of this vaginal dysbiosis, I want to talk about some science-backed ways that you can start supporting and protecting your vaginal microbiome long-term. It's super exciting, and this is very new, but taking a vaginal-specific probiotic, something like this that Seed just rolled out, is incredibly helpful. This actually is an intravaginal probiotic. I am going to start this. You have to take it at a very specific set of time, but I'm going to be starting this month. I'm going to retest with Evie, and then I'll also show you what happens there. But something like Seed or a vaginal probiotic, I do think it should be intravaginal, not just something you're going to take orally, because this is obviously going to be way more effective. And just another note about this product is this is just the L. crispatus, so we don't want a ton of diversity, whereas something like the Seed General Probiotic is over 20 plus strains. This is only one. So to be honest, even if you can't afford the test, I think doing something like this once a year could be helpful. I'm trying to think through all of the different price options. But in the instance that you can't afford the test or something like this, we're going to talk about other options that are low cost or free. So taking a vaginal specific probiotic is one option. Avoiding harsh soaps, douches, or any fragrance product always. Balancing your hormones. Some people like seed cycling, definitely stress reduction, eating whole foods, minimizing processed sugar and processed foods, which actually feed yeast and pathogens, supporting your gut health. So your vaginal microbiome is linked to your gut microbiome. You can also wear organic cotton underwear, which I absolutely love, or breathable fabrics. You definitely want to be managing stress as a woman because that impacts our hormones and our immune system, and honestly avoiding unnecessary antibiotics as often as you can. Antibiotics are life-saving. I'm so excited that they exist, but we are in a time where we are overdosing on these antibiotics, and it's just completely wrecking all of our microbiomes. What I love most about this type of testing is it's not just a report. A lot of people, when I posted my results, asked me, do they offer recommendations if you don't have a optimal vaginal microbiome? And the answer is they do. They offer personalized care and plans built by OBGYNs and scientists. You can get recommendations from different probiotics. They offer RX or prescriptions if you need them. They offer vaginal estrogen if needed, boric acid, and they can also connect you with clinicians who understand microbiome health, and you can retest and track your progress over time. Your vaginal health is a direct reflection of your internal health. It influences inflammation, immunity, hormone regulation, and your fertility. The great thing is we can now measure it, we can improve it, and optimize it just like any other part of your optimization journey. I think this is a huge step forward for women. This is something that I don't hear about. People are not really talking about, but I think it could be a critical improvement for women to optimize their current health status, future longevity, and fertility. If you enjoyed this type of content, please subscribe, like, comment, send this to a woman that you think could benefit from it. And I will include links to where the test is, and I will include screenshots of my results throughout this video and on my protocol website, protocol.kaylabarnes.com. Thank you for being here.